baby.
Enjoy this great game.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Brian Harkins. Harkins is the former visiting clubhouse manager for the LA Angels. He was with them for almost 40 years, started out as a bat boy, moved all the way up to visiting clubhouse manager, and he was fired. We got to go back to March of 2020. He was let go by the Angels for providing substances to visiting pitchers. Would he have gotten fired if he was just providing them to the Angels? I don't know, because he was also providing them to the Angels. But anyway, he was let go, and MLB didn't really do a whole lot, but they did say they're going to come hard on these pitchers, coming hard on the pitchers for using foreign substances. Now, let me just say, first of all, I am well aware that pitchers have been doing this forever, for the longest time. I know that. So there's nothing new, using foreign substances, whatever it might be, to get a better grip, to get better spin rate, to have a better grip in cold weather. All that been going on for decades and decades and decades. I am well aware of that. So let me just throw that out there before anyone says,
Dude, this has been going on forever. It's nothing new. You don't know shit about baseball.
Nevertheless, it's against the rules. And if it wasn't against the rules, if pitchers were allowed to have, something to get a better grip on the ball, fine, and it's all good. But I do believe in playing by the rules. Sorry. But that being said, MLB is always very quick to sweep stuff under the rug. They will never really act or really punish anybody or really make a scandal out of anything until they absolutely have to, until it's been broken by a news outlet, until it's been broken because of a lawsuit. Like in this case, a lawsuit has already been filed by Brian Harkins, who believes that he was scapegoated, that he was a scapegoat in this whole situation, especially because all these pitchers that he was providing this stuff to, none of them got in trouble whatsoever. And, you have other cheating situations. Obviously, we remember very recently with the Astros, where it's a massive scandal. And I'm not saying that the Astros shouldn't have been punished, but I'm just saying, on one hand, you got this massive situation where, everyone's just cussing them out, and they're terrible cheaters, this, cheaters, that, and it's absolutely huge. They lost draft picks, fired their manager, fired their GM. It is, just couldn't be a bigger story. Yet, doctoring the ball has just been going on forever. And there are even some players who were on the Astros, like Verlander, who are caught up in this, and Gerrit Cole, who are caught up in this. Two of the biggest names, actually. But this guy was with the Angels. He was providing stuff to a lot of guys who were with the Angels, and this has happened throughout baseball. Every team, I'm sure hundreds and hundreds of pitchers, maybe even the majority, have used some kind of a foreign substance out there in big league games to try to get, if not to get an advantage, an unfair advantage, at least just to have a better grip on the ball, have a little better control, have a little better spin rate, which gives you that extra advantage. And if you're not allowed to have a foreign substance on the ball, well, I guess it would be an unfair advantage. But some of the evidence that he is submitting in his lawsuit include a text message supposedly from Gerrit Cole that says, "Hey Bubba, it's Gerrit Cole. I was wondering if you could help me out with this sticky situation. Winky face emoji. We don't see you until May, but we have some road games in April that are in cold weather places. The stuff I had last year seizes up when it gets cold," the message read. In other words, this stuff I got now is just not quite good for cold weather. Can you hook me with the good stuff? Hook me up with the good stuff. But, the stuff he's got now is not as good, meaning he's still got some stuff now. They pretty much always got some stuff. Now, again, I don't know how big this story is going to get, or if anything is going to be done about it, or if this is going to be forgotten by opening day, which could be the case. I have no idea, but there are some articles out there, and it is an interesting story, because if MLB is really going to come hard on this, like they've said, MLB said, we are coming hard on pitchers using foreign substances. You're not allowed to do that. Well, where are you? Where you at? Let's go. Come hard on it then. Or don't come hard and shut the hell up and let it go under the rug and let's move on. Which is it going to be? Because right now, someone has lost their job over it, deservedly so. Don't get it twisted. Someone lost their job over this, though, and the pitchers are probably continuing to use the substance and various other substances, and it's all good. Like nothing was done about it throughout 2020, and we have seen even guys like Trevor Bauer basically admit to it. Trevor Bauer wrote about it in the Players Tribune in February. For 8 years, I've been trying to figure out how to increase the spin on my fastball because I'd identified it way back then as such a massive advantage. I knew that if I could learn to increase it through training and technique, it would be huge. But 8 years later, I haven't found any other way except using foreign substances. Bauer added, when I see a guy go from being a good pitcher for one team and spinning the ball at 2,200 RPM to spinning the ball at 26 or 2,700 in Houston, I know exactly what happened. He didn't mention Cole or Verlander by name, but I think he's throwing that Astros out there because they were the hot name right there with cheating scandals and all that. Honestly, I'm not trying to go after the Astros because I think that this is widespread across Major League Baseball. I think pitchers are constantly using sticky substances or whatever. This has been going on, like I said, for decades. So it's just like, I want the game to be clean. I don't want, but players are always going to try to find an edge. Always. Another discussion could be, should it be allowed? Hitters are allowed to have a grip on their bat and pine tar and do whatever they got to do to get a good grip. Should pitchers be able to use a little something? Well, they have the rosin there. That's what the rosin is for. That's completely legal. So you can use that. You just can't use any and anything you want, any and everything. You can't be having stuff down here on your hat and getting it and all this kind of, special concoctions that are going to give you a massive, basically unhittable type spin rate. You're not allowed to do that, which is, I guess, understandable. You do have the rosin, but it could still be a discussion. Maybe some people think they should get to have whatever they want. I don't know. I wasn't a pitcher. To me, a pitcher should be able to pick up the ball and pitch the ball. Get a little rosin, and pitch the damn ball. You don't need to have, some kind of weird substance to give you some ridiculous spin rate or a really special grip that's going to improve your control. You should have good control. You should be able to pick up a baseball, pitch it, let's play this game. That's me. But hey, guys are going to get an edge when they can get an edge, and nothing's going to be done about it until it's a big, huge story. So we'll have to see what happens with this story. It's really interesting. According to the LA Times, Harkins also named some other guys, including Max Scherzer, including Troy Percival, going all the way back to Percival. In fact, Percival supposedly had taught Harkins how to make the substance by combining pine tar and rosin. Donnelly, Kevin Jepsen, Dylan Bundy, even the great Yusmeiro Petit. A lot of names are thrown out there. This could become a big story. I don't know. This could be the 2021 scandal. I have no idea what's going to happen. But right now, there are reports coming out, and I don't know. I don't know what people think about it, or how people feel about it. I can only tell you how I feel about it. And I do think that there are levels of cheating. Like, there is stuff that's more egregious than others. But at the end of the day, cheating is wrong. Whether it's just a little bit of an edge or a big edge, regardless, it's wrong. You shouldn't be doing it. So I think that if you are cheating, you should stop, or you should get in trouble for it. You should get in trouble for it. I'm not saying these guys should be, I see guys on Twitter, people on Twitter saying these guys should be gone from the game. I can't get down with that when this has been going on for decades and decades, and MLB doesn't do anything about it. It's not that different from the steroids thing. MLB did nothing about it. MLB doesn't do anything about it. What do you think is going to happen? These are athletes, best of the best. They do whatever they have to get every single edge they can to be the best in the world. You can't let them police themselves. You got to police them, make sure it stays clean. And when it's clean in the first place, and this stuff is nipped in the bud.
Nip it in the bud.
Then maybe you won't have big giant scandals. But when you let them get away with this stuff and let them, police themselves, then you're going to have big old scandals. Take care of this, MLB, get this under control, or come out with a statement and say, we don't mind if pitchers use a little bit of foreign substance. Either or. Because if it's not against the rules, okay. You got to put that in the rules and say, okay. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying you got to make a decision on this. If it's against the rules, then don't let it happen. It shouldn't be that hard to make sure that pitchers aren't going under their belt and their hat every few minutes. You know exactly what they're doing. Okay? Get this under control. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you for joining me today. And we'll see if this story blows up, if I got to make more videos on it, or if it dies down and it's not a big deal. Either way, I think that pitchers are going to continue to try to do this, and it's up to MLB to put a stop to it or say it's okay. Let's see what happens. So guys, have a fantastic day. We're going to talk to you very soon. Please hit that subscribe button and please hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you.
When the Giants come